This is part 87 of my series on my N-gauge model railway project. Previous parts cover the project from its inception through the creation of the baseboard, selection and laying of track, building of scenic items, obtaining rolling stock, etc. The project is ongoing. This part deals with a Graham Farish Queen Mary brake van that I just acquired, with some new GWR stock from Kijiji, chiefly a couple of Siphon milk vans thrown in. There will be running video. So here's the Queen Mary brake van in its box as it arrived. Pretty darned big for a brake van. This is a relatively recent Farish release which I bought new on eBay UK, so it came in the current Farish wraparound style in a transparent packaging. It also came with a details bag, but mine, bought on eBay UK, didn't come with any documentation at all, so I'm not really clear where these detail bits are supposed to go. Some of them appear to be vacuum pipes for the vacuum braking, but there are too many to be just that. Here's the van with its packaging unfolded. I thought we'd wait until we got a decent look at it before going into details. So far as I know, the Southern Railway's Queen Mary brake vans were the largest brake vans ever deployed on railways in Britain, as distinct, of course, from brake coaches, which were obviously bigger. The first of these were built between 1933 and 1935 on reused underframes from LBSCR electric power cars. A later batch were built in 1936 on new underframes with carriage bogies. They really only differed from standard brake vans in that they were vacuum connected and allowed the guard to control the train's vacuum brakes, if present. They also provided the guard with a much better ride on high-speed trains. They were chiefly employed on high-speed milk and parcels trains. I believe that some survive in use even to special capacities even today. They were christened Queen Mary vans because of their large size, presumably by analogy with the ship Queen Mary, which was launched in 1934 and was one of the world's largest passenger liners. Here's my new Queen Mary van down on the tracks. I hooked it up to the back of the Southern Railway's train that I still had on the tracks from my recent video on the N-Class loco. I think it has to be mentioned that this model is shockingly expensive. I had wanted to get one for a while, as it's something very much with its own particular character, but I rather balked at the price. The RRP is £34.95, which does seem an awful lot for a brake van. And of course, being in Canada, I would also need to pay shipping from the UK. I finally bought this one for the lowest combined price with shipping that I could find, £34.95 for the wagon with £10 shipping. I could have got it discounted a bit from the RRP rather than paying the full RRP, but every seller I found offering a discount wanted more for shipping to me, creating a larger overall total. In hindsight, maybe I could have tacked it onto another order and saved a bit. Oh, and I noticed recently that the recently brought out Parrot bogie van is even more expensive than this. I think the RRP for that's around £39. So wagons, I don't know, larger wagons especially, just seem to be getting more expensive. Anyway, here it is getting ready for its first run. It's a fairly detailed model, but there really doesn't seem to be anything especially complex in its manufacture to justify the high price other than the extra bogie itself. Still, it's something special to see on the layout. Here's that train on its way down round the hill. The loco is the weathered Farish Southern N-Class, which I covered recently, and the rolling stock other than the Queen Mary van all came from my recent Kijiji purchase. So the Queen Mary goes round behind the parcels vans and the cattle wagons, perhaps not the most appropriate train for it, as the cattle wagons probably wouldn't have been vacuum braked. Here she is coming out from under the viaduct. Brake vans do, of course, involve more detail than most regular wagons, so they're always a little pricier. But I doubt I'll buy a single wagon more expensive than this in real terms. I don't think I have any intention of buying the Parrot bogie wagon. So I'm not sure if this was a wise purchase, nice looking though it is. For running with the Queen Mary, I thought I'd also get some of the new Great Western stock from my recent Kijiji purchase hooked up. Here you can see a GWR bogie loco wagon and 2 Daypole Siphons, both of which I just recently got from my Kijiji purchase. The loco bogie wagons were created in the mid-1930s specifically for carrying coal to Great Western loco sheds. The engine is the Daypole Small Prairie that I just got. Siphons were specially ventilated box carriages designed for carrying milk in churns. This is a Siphon G, which appears to have been by far the most common type in use. This one is a Siphon H. The Siphon H certainly existed as a design, but I've never been able to find any depiction of one in actual use, so I have to conclude that they weren't very common. If you know more about the use of the Siphon H, please post in the comments below. So now let's have a look at some running video of these 2 trains on the layout. Okay, so there you can just see the southern train at the top there, but it's going to come round now. There you go, going a bit too fast, I'm afraid. It's hard to keep things slow enough that you can see them clearly in the camera when the camera's that close. And there's the Great Western train going past, I'm afraid, even quicker. There's the southern train going across the top of the viaduct. And it'll go round the hill and come underneath because that's the way the track goes. Still going a bit too fast. I'm trying to slow it down a bit there. And one more try here. Southern train going across about as slowly as I can manage there over the viaduct. And they should just about come together here, no? Yeah, just about. That's the Graham Farish Black 5 in the siding in the foreground. There goes the Great Western train round on the outer line. And the southern train with the Queen Mary breakvans climbing up the incline there, past the Graham Farish coaling tower, going up towards the viaduct. Sound, of course, is all from the Kato sound boxes on this layout. It's not DCC. And there's the southern train once more, going under the Lone Star footbridge there. Oh no, that's not the southern train, I beg your pardon. That's the Great Western train, of course, on the outer line with the towed brake van. And here's the southern train coming up round the line by the yard, past the coaling tower, southern parcels vans, cattle wagons and the Queen Mary brake van. And one more pass here with the western train with the Small Prairie towed brake van at the rear. That's not a recent acquisition, I've had that for a while, but I just pulled it out because I needed a brake van to go on the back of that train. And there's the Great Western train going round by the woods and into the tunnel. Graham Farish little cottage opposite there. Oh, I think what I'm doing here is I'm mucking around trying to synchronize the trains to try and get them to come round at the same time. Yes, there you go. I'm trying to sync them up as they go round there. Probably do one more try at that. You can tell what speed the trains are going at from the chuffing. There we go. Trying to get them both to go past fairly slowly there. And now we're looking down. There's the southern train behind the shop and the houses there, just going round by the hill. We're looking down from the corner back into Colville Station. I had a bit of trouble there actually. The western train got stuck on the level crossing and I had to free him up. There's the Great Western train on the right hand line, and the southern train is coming through platform 3 and up, curving up onto the climbing line up to the viaduct. And I think we'll just have one more pass of this. There's the southern train going round behind the shop and the houses by the hill. They don't get round the layout quite this quickly. I'm cutting out bits where nothing happens here. And here they both come through Colville Station, through platforms 1 and 3, and up onto the corner there.